I'm Jen. This is my very late 2012 favorites video. I'm just gonna compile a bunch of my favorite products from this year, or last year. Okay, let's begin. I'm gonna start off with my favorite high-end foundation. It's NARS Sheer Glow. It's something that I've been consistently using on my face because I found the perfect shade for my skin tone. I love NARS Sheer Glow because it's got a very natural and dewy finish. And so it's great if your skin's a little bit on the dry side. For my under eye circles, I use Maybelline's Eraser Dark Circles, and I use this as an under eye concealer as well as concealer for spots. I mean, some people might find it unhygienic, but I mean, my skin doesn't really break out all that much. This was highly recommended all over YouTube, so I thought I would give a stab at it, and I love it. Let's move on to eyeshadows. Naked One palette has served me very, very well. If you're wondering what kind of eyeshadows I use, for my highlight, brow bone, I use Virgin, and sometimes I'll dab that in the inner corners of my eyes as well. And Half Baked is really torn up because this is probably the most color that I use on the inner corners of my eyes, as well as all over the lid if I'm feeling really goldy that day. And Dark Horse is what I use to shade my brows. And if I want to intensify a look, I just use the trusty old Creep. For drugstore, my favorite eyeshadow is probably the Maybelline Sun Baked Neutrals. It's in this really shoddy, gross, disgusting case because I take really crappy care of my makeup. Anyway, you can see that I've used this bronzy gold color, and this is my go-to all over the lid color because it's this gorgeous brown, bronzy shade, and I use the dark brown right next to it to kind of intensify the look. And I use this, I guess, tannish color to act as a blending color when I'm trying to fade it out. For an eyeshadow base, I love using Maybelline's Color Tattoo. This one is in bold gold. I apply this with my finger and just kind of smear it all over the eyes, and I find that it makes my eyeshadows a lot more vibrant, and I use mostly warm tone shades anyway on my lids, so I find that it just really enhances the color. For eyelashes, I am a devout follower of Maybelline's The Falsies, and this one's in Black Drama. This mascara is great if you have little to no eyelashes and you want something that is fairly cheap. This is around $9 at CVS. This is a very buildable mascara, and if you already have long lashes, I wouldn't recommend this because it gives a very clumpy texture, but when you're working to little to no lashes, it makes all the difference. You can kind of work with the clumps, and personally, I kind of like that spider lash look. Yeah. For my blush, I'm using NYX Illuminating Bronzer, and I don't know who would use this as a bronzer because it's this peachy shade with gold flecks. I think this is pretty much a blush, but what do I know? I don't know much about makeup. I find that this creates just a beautiful, healthy, refreshing glow to my face. I just discovered the wonders of blush probably February 2012, and I realized that blush can make you look from sickly patient to just a glowing goddess, I guess. I don't really have a very extensive skincare product list. I probably should, but I don't really do all that much. To clean my face, I use Aveeno's Clear Complexion Foaming Cleanser. I love this formula because although it comes out in a foam, it doesn't lose its consistency when you're rubbing it on your face. It holds its form, and it feels like you're actually washing your face and not just splashing and smearing a bunch of crappy little bubbles on your face. This really holds, and I find that it takes off all my makeup. It's pretty insane, and it's been keeping my skin quite clear. And sometimes I'll use this to wash my brushes. For moisturizer, I use this giant tub of CeraVe, and I'm sorry about taking off the label of this lotion jar. I never thought I would present it to anybody, but I took it off because I just didn't like the way it looked. It's just this blue label, and instead I just attached this cat sticker that my housemate gave me. And although this lotion is kind of thick in consistency, your skin just kind of sucks it up. Moving on to nails, I have been obsessed with Essie's Absolutely Sure. Whenever I don't know what color to paint my nails, I just kind of gravitate towards this, maybe because I have this strange love affair with Seafoam, and I never finish any nail color without Sally Hansen's Insta-Dry Anti-Chip Top Coat. This dries your nails within 30 seconds, and then you can pretty much do whatever you want. After using this top coat, my nails just dry instantly, so I'm able to do whatever I want. I can go type, I can go hold a pencil without, you know, smearing my middle finger. It just opens the doors of a lot of things because painting your nails is quite a time commitment because you gotta put the base, then you gotta put 2 coats, and then, you know, the top coat. So this one just kind of seals the deal and just makes the process a lot more smooth. My favorite just go-to shoe has been my Creepers. they've molded into the shape of my feet at this point. If you ever see me at school, I'm probably wearing my creepers because I'm just kind of out the door with them on. They're really comfortable, and plus I think that I'm losing a little bit of weight because they kind of act as little weights on my feet. So I'm probably burning a few extra calories because of these heavy shoes. My favorite summer shoe has got to be my nude Gerties, and as you can see, they're quite dirty because I wore them a lot this past summer. I love the Gerties because they were a nude shade, so it just kind of elongated my legs and gave me the illusion of tallness. My favorite black boot was my Maya Drivers. I think I just kind of pillaged them. I wore them so much that the heel kind of detached from the wedge, and it happened at the most embarrassing place. I was in Berkeley and I was walking and I felt like I was losing my grip, and I just found out that the heel was breaking off. And I know it's an easy solution. I could just probably get some shoe glue and just kind of smush it together, but I feel like I might retire them now because I wore them so much. Maybe it's a sign that I shouldn't wear them anymore. My iPod has now been broken for well over a year now, and I don't know why I just don't buy another one. I've been listening to a crap ton of podcasts. My top 3 are Radiolab. I discussed it in my September favorites. Radiolab has saved me so much from the long drives back from NorCal to SoCal. It's around a 6-hour drive, and most of the time I'm just listening to these podcasts. I'm pretty sure that I finished almost every single one of them. And if you're looking for something that will, you know, stimulate your mind and get your mind off something else, I find that it really helps. And plus, you learn something really interesting about the world. Number 2 is This American Life. This American Life just compiles a bunch of news stories that are local and just global. And my 3rd favorite is the Duncan Trussell Family Hour. That's all I'm going to say about it, but I find him very interesting, and if you are kind of in a psychedelic mindset, I suppose, give him a listen. He's really funny, and I personally love the sound of his voice. Usually I listen to him when I'm doing my makeup because he just says some really far out things. And my last favorite is my Sriracha bottle because it's been through a lot this year, or this past year. I've been doing a lot of self-cooking, and in the beginning I was absolutely horrible. So the Sriracha sauce kind of made my very, very mediocre cooking into something that was edible. I don't really have any fashion favorites other than my beanie, but I just thought it'd be super redundant. Plus, I'm very sporadic about what I like in fashion, so I thought that I'll just leave it at a blank because I haven't been very consistent with anything that I truly like fashion-wise. I also want to thank you for watching my videos and being very patient with me, and I hope that 2013 is going to be even better than this year. If you have an Instagram, my username is I'mJeonnim. You can follow me if you would like, and I guess that's it. I'll see you in my next video, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye! Okay, last one. Excuse me. Hi, I'm Jen. This is the video where I tell you guys how I lost 10 pounds. First off, I want to say that I am not a dietitian. Every body is idiosyncratic, which means that every body is unique. What techniques work for me may not particularly work for you. We all just have different body types, and this is just how I lost 10 pounds. So let me start off with the general stats of my body. Late 2011, I was around 115 to 113 pounds. My weight is always fluctuating, most bodies do. And now in 2013, I am 100 pounds, or 98 to 100 pounds. Before you freak out, this is quite normal for my height. I'm 5'1", and my BMI is 18.5. I'm not underweight, and I'm actually a lot healthier now. This took me over a year to lose this weight and maintain my weight right now. So it's not gonna happen overnight, so don't expect it to. Number 1, take a picture of everything you eat. I know it sounds ridiculous. This is actually really important because just the conscious effort of taking a picture of your food, stopping and hold your appetite for 5 seconds, it makes a big difference. Every week you kind of can see what your diet was like. I personally use an iPhone app called The Eatery. It's super slow because the people who created it have kind of left it on the back burner, but it's still functioning and it's something that I use religiously. I took over 1,000 meals on that thing, and it's been helping me a lot to moderate what I eat. And so if I eat a donut on Monday, I'll remember that I ate that donut until Friday where I can eat another donut, you know? You'll start gathering data about yourself and just truly learning what it is. Take pictures of the good meals that you eat and the really crappy foods that you're eating. I found that documenting my food really makes me excited for my meals because I view food as a treat. If you don't have an iPhone, just take a picture with your cell phone, upload that into your laptop maybe every month, and just kind of see what you ate. It's no different than writing down the food, but I just think that taking a picture with your cell phone is a lot easier. Number 2. Carbs for me are the devil. I'm quite aware that there are good carbs, aka complex carbohydrates, that are good for you and break down slower in your body. And there's also bad carbs, like refined carbohydrates. That's the really soft Wonder Bread carbs that are freaking delicious. I personally just try to avoid carbs as best as I can because I personally would just rather use my calories on proteins, veggies, fiber, you know, just other things that aren't carbs. If I really think about it, I probably eat carbs maybe once or twice a meal. I always try to make one meal of my day just completely carbless. There's addicting components in carbs, so I just try my best not to fall into the cravings. I found that I gradually weaned off carbs. I stopped ordering fries at restaurants, get a side salad instead. You're already treating yourself out because you're eating that freaking yummy burger. There's really no need to overindulge and get that pile of garlic fries, even though they're really good. Your body's gonna thank you after. When I'm eating pizza, I won't eat the crust, even though it's my favorite part, especially if there's like a garlic dipping sauce in it. When you're eating a sandwich, take one slice of the bread off so it's kind of an open face sandwich. And when I'm deciding which bread to flip off from the sandwich, I always make sure I keep the side of the bread that is soaked with the yummy sauces, like whether it's light mayo or honey mustard or something like that. I just keep that side on and just throw the rest of the carbs away. They're very subtle changes, but gradually they're going to help you wean off the carbs and just be a lot more healthy. Number 3, remix your meals. That means that recipes aren't confined to what it says on the paper or what already comes into your meal. Remember, you can modify your recipes. You can add things in, you can take things out. For an example, instant noodles are one of my favorite meals. It's, you know, just kind of a staple if you're a college student. What I do with my noodles is that I break off half of the noodles, so I'm just using one half, and then I'll pour everything in on egg, you know, but I'll add zucchini, I'll add broccoli, I'll add spinach, kale, tofu, just anything to add more nutrients to my meal. All that veggies and fiber is just gonna fill you up faster, so you realize that you don't really need all the noodles. So although you're eating a sodium-packed meal, my personal thing is I just try to avoid carbs, and that's what worked for me. Whatever mediocre meal I'm cooking that night, I'll just add some broccoli on the side or some steamed veggies. It just makes the components of your meal just a lot healthier, and you'll feel a lot better about yourself seeing some color in your meals. And it's just those baby steps that are gonna help you. Don't really worry about the calories. I never count calories. I used to count calories in high school, and that's when I was the biggest. It was so bizarre. Focus on what kind of nutrition you're eating. It just makes everything a lot smoother and easier. 4. Water is your best friend. I've had this canteen for probably a year now, and it's kind of my safety blanket. It's always around me 24/7. It's always next to me when I'm filming, at school, next to my bedstand when I wake up. You know, I get thirsty in the middle of the night and I'll just start chugging the water. Try to sip water maybe 3 to 4 times an hour, and you'll realize that most of the time when you're hungry, you're either just thirsty or you're just bored. So water can be your best friend. Ditch the soda, ditch the juice. I stopped drinking soda probably in high school, and that helped a lot. You might as well just eat the actual fruit, because although some juices have vitamins in it, you lose all the fiber, which is what burns the calories when you're digesting it. Juice is essentially just liquefied sugar. So if you're looking for the vitamins or the nutrients, I would say just to eat the actual fruit, because then you get filled up and you get the vitamins, and it's just nice to chew on something rather than just, you know, shoveling it and let it drizzle down your mouth. I prefer chewing it. 5. Exercise. Of course you need it. I've heard somewhere, I don't remember where, that losing weight is 80% of your diet and 20% of exercise. I think exercise is important if you want to have like a toned, sexy body. If I'm not going to do cardio, I'll just stay indoors and do Blogilates, which is one of my favorite YouTubers. Her name is Cassie Ho, and she has great workout videos that are around 5 to 19 minutes long, some of them. And I just do that in my room, and I try to do that probably 4 to 5 times a week, and that's for strength training, and I absolutely love her. She has this vivacious and bubbly energy, and she does the workout with you, and she talks with you the entire way, and she's just I just love her. I think she's the one who keeps me going to exercise. So if you're ever watching this, Cassie, I want to say thank you for molding my body to what it is right now. I used to do cardio in the summer, and that's when I was using the treadmill all the time. I would run maybe 2 to 3 miles 3 to 4 times a week, but I stopped doing that because it's just so cold to go outside to the gym. I know it's a stupid excuse, but I think the holidays really kind of fattened me up and made me a little bit more lazy. I'm probably gonna get back into the groove of it once the weather warms up, but I find that listening to music and exercising didn't really help me at all. Music just wasn't enough of a distraction to me. That's how much I hate working out. I would usually just put a YouTube playlist on my smartphone and I'll just watch the YouTube videos as I'm working out. Another trick is to walk everywhere. If you park your car somewhere, forget the parking spot that's right next to the CVS. Go park all the way to the end where the trees are or where, I don't know, some giant cow plantation is. Just park as far as you can and walk to the drugstore. Every step counts. It's all about gradual build-up. Usually, if I'm craving something, I'll either work out, I'll start painting my nails or something, I'll do my homework, I'll pound a really long sip of water. I think your body's always playing tricks on you. I think it's always saying that, oh, you're so hungry, you want this cupcake. No, you don't need that cupcake. You are in control of your own body, and if you want to lose 10 pounds, you can do it. You know how to lose weight. No one wants to hear it, but it's essentially the same thing. You gotta change your diet and you gotta exercise. Those are the main two things. And these are the little small changes that I made to my life. And I'm not saying that I did these bam overnight. I think I started developing each rule around, I don't know, 5 to 6 months apart. If you mess up one day, it's okay. It's okay to mess up. You know, you're a human and you have needs and cravings, but just don't give up. Every meal is another chance to, you know, fix your diet, I suppose. If you have any diet tips down below, feel free to let us know. And remember, if you don't agree with something I'm saying to you guys that I'm not a dietitian, I'm not a doctor, I'm not a physician, I'm just a normal girl who did these things to lose weight. Whew. If you have an Instagram, my username is I'm Jeonnim. You can follow me if you would like. So I'll talk to you in my next video and see you later. Bye!